Welcome back to Friends with Benefits Car Club, the only car news show where sarcasm has a turbocharger, and every story comes with a side of, wait, what? This week, we're throwing it back with a 60th anniversary Bronco that looks like it time travels straight from a Marlboro ad. Meanwhile, Hawaii has ghosted electric vehicles. Mercedes thinks what your Grille really needs is 942 glowing dots, and Tesla, let's just say one Model S is 318,000 miles deep into its midlife crisis, and we're just getting started. So before we dive into the madness, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with your favorite car nerd. And don't forget to smash that bell icon like it owes you money. That way, you'll never miss an episode of chaos, chrome, and questionable corporate decisions. Let's get into it. First up, Ford is having a nostalgia moment, and the Bronco is getting all dressed up for its big 6-0. To celebrate 60 years since the Bronco first started crawling over rocks and into our hearts, Ford is releasing the 2026 Bronco 60th Anniversary Package. And yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. Classic vibes, modern tech, and enough vermilion red accents to make Target feel underdressed. The package is built on the Outer Banks trim with the Sasquatch package, which already gives you lockers, a lift suspension, 35-inch tires, and more grit than your uncle's handshake. So, performance-wise, it's still ready to jump a sand dune and wave at a Jeep on the way down. Now, let's talk colors. Your choices are white or red. That's it, but it's Wimbledon white and ruby red, so technically it's vintage minimalism. There's a white roof no matter what you pick, and that vermilion red grille badge practically screams, I was born in the wrong decade. Inside you get ebony leather seats with Alpine leather centers, anniversary logos, and enough red and white stitching to make a Christmas elf weep. Oh, and Ford says they've hidden some Easter eggs inside. So if you're bored on a trail, just go on a scavenger hunt in your own interior. No word yet on pricing, but Ford says it'll be available this October. So if you've ever wanted your Bronco to look like it just drove out of a Norman Rockwell painting, congratulations, your time has come. Shipping giant Matson, based in Hawaii, just banned EVs and hybrids from its cargo ships because nothing says aloha like a fire risk inside a sealed shipping container. After seeing ships like the Morning Midas go up in smoke, literally, they decided to hit pause on EV shipping until better safety solutions are in place. They did pick up a cool gadget called the Hydro Pen that drills and floods containers in under 9 seconds, which sounds like James Bond tech, but is really just fire insurance for your Kia EV6. So for now, no Teslas to Honolulu, but you can ship a classic gas guzzler and pretend it's eco-friendly because you're on an island. And while EVs are getting side-eyed on ships, Mercedes is just trying to make sure they get noticed everywhere else. Mercedes looked at the soft sales of its EVs and said, you know what will fix this? 942 glowing dots on the front bumper. Their new GLC with IQ Tech kicks off a flashy design era, bringing back a digitalized take on the classic S-Class grille. Now with LED contour lighting and enough chrome to blind someone in traffic. Want more glow? That'll cost extra, of course. They're calling it sensual purity, which sounds like a perfume ad, but apparently it's the new design language for cars that look like Blade Runner extras. Will it help sales? Who knows? But hey, at least you'll never lose your Mercedes in the parking lot again. Meanwhile, over in Tesla land, the spotlight isn't on the front of the car, it's on what's slowly dying inside. Now from glowing grills to glowing warning lights, let's talk Tesla. One Model S has officially crossed 318,000 miles, which is impressive until the battery said, "Sir, I've done enough." A viral TikTok from the creator of @300k.mile. Tesla shows the car flashing a mysterious error code, BMS_A074, aka batteries on life support. Now, it'll only charge if it's under 50%, which is like telling someone they can only eat when they're already starving. At full charge, the range is barely 200 miles, down from the original 265 to 300 miles. Mid-drive, the battery predictions fluctuate like your crypto portfolio. 1 minute you've got 13% left, next it's 4%, and you're sweating on the freeway wondering if this is how it ends. So, what's he doing? Swapping the battery third-party style, because Tesla's replacement quotes range from $10,000 to $22,000, which makes you ask deep financial questions like, do I want a battery or a small condo in Ohio? Tesla no longer refurbishes these older Model S packs, so your options are pay the big bucks to Tesla Hunt for a used or reconditioned pack, go Frankenstein with a partial repair, the owner's opting for a partial repair, swap out the bad modules, keep the car. It's like replacing the tired organs in your aging golden retriever, but with more lithium. Now sure, this Model S is throwing up error codes like it's auditioning for a reboot of Check Engine, the series, but let's zoom out for a second. 318,000 miles. Let that sink in. That's over 12 trips around the earth, more than a decade of commuting, or enough mileage to make your local gas station manager wonder if you're okay. And the thing is, the car still runs. Yeah, the battery's getting tired, the range has dropped, and it's in Tesla's version of limp mode. But this isn't a failure. It's a proof point. While the internet loves to scream, AVs don't last, this Tesla quietly hit nearly 1/3 of a million miles before the battery even thought about needing help. And with a $4,000 to $8,000 repair, it could easily keep going. So if you cut through the noise, this car actually shows the long-term potential of EVs. No oil changes, no engine rebuilds, just electrons and the occasional firmware update. Would it be great if battery replacements were cheaper? Absolutely. But the fact that it took over 300,000 miles to even get to this conversation, that's not a bug, that's the flex. So yes, EVs can last a long time, but eventually, even the battery wants to retire and start gardening. And if you are still nervous about AV ownership, just wait till you see what Mitsubishi thinks counts as off-road ready. Ladies and gentlemen, Mitsubishi has entered the off-road chat with what might be the most aesthetic trail vehicle to ever avoid an actual trail. Introducing the 2025 Outlander Trail Edition, which sounds rugged until you realize it's mostly just a blackout trim kit and some floor mats. For just $40,890, you get black mirror caps, black door handles, black side trim, black roof rails. Basically, it's the Johnny Cash edition. Now, if you want the cool tires and roof rack, you know, the stuff that actually makes it trail ready, those are extra, dealer installed, optional, like guac at Chipotle. Mechanically, it's the same as the SE, SAWC, a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, 181 horsepower, CVT, and Mitsubishi's fancy-named Super All-Wheel Control, which sounds awesome until you realize it's mostly tuned for snow and Costco runs. Interior upgrades, just a trail edition, branded cargo mat, and some weatherproof floor liners. So technically, it's ready for mud, if the mud stays on your shoes. Bottom line, if you want to look like you hike without actually hiking, this Outlander is perfect. It's the crossover version of posting nature pics from your backyard. And speaking of the big dreams and slightly confusing execution, in a year where everything's falling apart, Volkswagen found a small win. Global EV sales are up 47% in the first half of 2025. That's 465,500 BEVs delivered, with 1 in 5 new VW vehicles in Western Europe now fully electric. Germans really said, yeah, charge it. Meanwhile, North America is giving more, maybe later, energy. Sales here dropped 7%, which VW blames on tariffs, tax credit drama, and maybe the fact that people still don't know what an ID buzz is. Even in China, VW's getting eaten alive by domestic automakers who figured out that the secret sauce is cheaper, better, and built locally. So yeah, 2% decline over there too. But South America, 18% growth. Central and Eastern Europe, 9% up. Overall, VW delivered 4.41 million vehicles, a 1.3% bump over last year. Not groundbreaking, but in this economy, any growth feels like a miracle. Still, the $7,500 EV tax credit is going away in the US soon, and the EU-US trade talks are dragging their feet. So yeah, Volkswagen's got momentum, but it's like riding a unicycle through a hurricane while balancing a Jetta on your head. And as automakers pray for fewer tariffs and more tax breaks, Lucid's just out here trying to make you forget your car even needs you. Lucid is finally turning on hands-free drive assist in the Air sedan, starting July 30th, via one of those magical over-the-air updates that makes your car smarter while you sleep. It's all part of Dream Drive Pro, Lucid's advanced driver assist system that sounds like it should come with a pillow and a Spotify playlist. You'll also get hands-free lane change assist, because obviously you're too fabulous to flick a blinker. Now, before you start planning your in-car Netflix binge, let's be clear, this is SAE Level 2 tech. You can take your hands off the wheel, but your eyes better stay on the road. If not, Lucid's driver attention system will call you out faster than your group chat. Where Lucid flexes is in the hardware. 32 sensors, LiDAR, radar, ultrasonic, and cameras. Compare that to Tesla, who said, nah, just cameras. and called it a day. Lucid's setup is future-proof, though. They say the system can be upgraded to SAE Level 3, the mythical tech that lets you truly zone out, but only when the law allows. Right now, only Mercedes is playing in that sandbox in like 2 states. So, yes, your Lucid can change lanes, hands-free, and keep you centered, but you still have to pretend you're paying attention, which is exactly what we all did during Zoom calls in 2020. And that wraps up another week of wild headlines, glowing grills, dying batteries, and trail-ready Mitsubishis that might not survive a steep driveway. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you didn't, go ahead and hit the dislike. We can take it. Seriously, we've got thick skin and 4-wheel drive. Drop a comment and let us know which story shocked you the most. The Broncos 60s glow up, Hawaii banning AVs, Tesla's battery prolonging its retirement, or maybe Lucid's plan to let your car drive itself while you just vibe. And if you want to catch up on previous episodes, I'll leave them right up on the screen for you, because binge watching car chaos is always a good life choice. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Seriously, it means the world to us. Whether you're here for the laughs, the news, or just to hang out, you're officially part of the Friends with Benefits family now. As always, thanks for riding with us. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep driving, and remember, if the car you're driving doesn't make you feel like a superhero, you're driving the wrong one. Friends with Benefits, driving off.